And President Trump was just one of dozens of world leaders paying their final respects to Pope Francis. Prior to the funeral, Trump met with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy. The moment captured in a very powerful picture. It comes as Mr. Trump says the two sides are close to a deal. There's that iconic picture so many people are talking about this morning. Mychael Schnell is a reporter with our partners at thehill.com, live for us in Washington, D.C. Mychael, what are you learning? Like I mentioned, many people calling that picture iconic, momentous even.
Yeah, truly, Hena. Good morning. We're hearing a lot about that meeting already. As you mentioned, that photo says just so many words in one shot. The White House Communications Director Stephen Chung said President Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy met privately, briefly today for what he called a productive meeting. We've also heard from Zelenskyy himself, who similarly called this a productive meeting, said that if things go on track as they hope they do, that meeting could actually be historic. Again, happening on the sidelines of Pope Francis's funeral in Rome amongst dozens of world leaders, as you had noted. And this comes at a significant moment, Hena, because it was only 2 months ago where we saw that tense, contentious meeting in the Oval Office between Trump and Zelenskyy. They both started shouting. There were a lot of questions after that meeting about what the U.S.-Ukrainian relationship would look like, but really what the future of the Russia-Ukraine war looked like after that. Now, it seems like since then, things have trended in the right direction. President Trump saying on Friday that they were close to a deal, and he thinks the next step is having officials from Ukraine and Russia actually meet face to face to hash out the rest of this process. Though this also comes as President Trump is sort of getting a little bit more frustrated with the Russian President Vladimir Putin. We heard from him on Truth Social earlier this week saying Vladimir, stop, after Russia had launched those strikes on Ukraine. So a big moment right now, Hena, for the war in Ukraine, the relationship between the U.S. and Ukraine, the U.S. and Russia, a lot going on. But again, let's bring it back to that picture. On the sidelines of Pope Francis's funeral, Zelenskyy and Trump meeting for what both sides are calling a productive conversation. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes out of this in the days and weeks to come.
And of course, as you know, the last time we saw these two men together was a tense conversation in the Oval Office in February. So quite the contrast we're seeing now. Mychael Schnell, live in D.C. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.